Alright, Harmony Science Academy Algebra 2. We're done with CBA7, but really not until we cover this guy in front of us, okay? Which looks like the letter E, but in math, okay? When we look at this guy alone, he's really a number. He represents a number, okay? So moving forward, this in a math context is a number and a story. Special number. Okay, we're not going to get into how special. We're just going to cover the basics. So, this number specifically has this approximate value. Okay, 2.71828. You can press in the calculator. It will not change. It has this value, which means E is bigger than 2. E is less than 3. Okay, so kind of let that sink in. You've got calculators, or eventually you will have calculators, and you want to toy with that. E exponent 1 is just E, okay? And when you go and take an approximate value for E, you get this 2.71828, okay? All right, so the sooner you process that, the better, okay? Because just like in the warm-up, it looks a little intense when it's being used, but you've got to make that mental note. It's just a number, okay? So let's kind of cover some basics here, okay? Right in front of us, we're staring at, let me get over here, the graph, okay, for e raised to the x, okay, just some number e, okay, so it should have the same predictable graph that you would imagine, okay. Now again, e is between 2 and 3, so whoops, right, if we go back to base 2, we should be expecting a what, horizontal stretch, okay. If we introduce base 3, we should expect a horizontal compression compared to base e to the x, okay. If you've picked that up, great. If not, again, hit that in the calculator. It should match your notes with transformations, and we should be good to go, okay. So let's go ahead and continue. Now, you did have this question, okay, very CBA7-ish, and what would be the y-intercept? You know way too much to struggle with a question like this, especially now that you know that E is just a number. So obviously the first thing you want to do is go into the calculator, graph it, so you at least have a reference, okay? But ultimately, all they care is, hey, if you put in an X, will it give you that Y, okay? So, although you can do it by hand, ultimately you do have the table feature. I won't go into detail. You guys should be comfortable with that, and you can explore that carefully, okay? And that's all that needs to be said for that one. Now, in this case, we don't know exactly what we're going to be asked on the CBA. So we're going to cover one more time attributes and transformations. But of course, this function has E as the base. Okay, so we definitely want to take advantage of this time so that you really can get comfortable staring at an exponential function with base E and understand that everything else has been done before with you guys, okay? So attributes, nothing's changed, okay? Domain range, the intercepts, symmetry, asymptotes, max min, and when it comes to anything related to transformations, you go ahead and you let everybody know how much you know about the topic of transformations, okay? Again, these CBAs are summative. You really want to let people know, yourself know, exactly how comfortable you are with math. Even if you think you're not that great at it, even if you don't like it, okay, you have the ability, and that's what really matters. Okay? All right, there's nothing beyond that that needs to be said. Everything else has been covered. We'll catch you in class.